ਇਹਨਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਤੇ ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਲਾਈਵ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੈਸਟ Honorable Leela Aheer ji and Honorable Mr. Kazir, ਸੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਤੇ ਆਈ ਹੋਪ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੋਸਤ ਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਪਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਇਨੀਸ਼ੀਏਟਿਵ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਮਾਂ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਬਚਿਆ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਲੈਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ welcome to Sabrang Radio.
Thank you so much.
So first time we are talking on air like this. So thank you very much. First of all, coming to studio and discussing about your projects, like what you are going to do. And but before that, I would like to know a little bit about your background, like because our listeners want to know who is Leela Aheer and why you are here today and what you did in the past. So.
Sure. Well, thank you so much, Rajesh Paji. It's a real honor and privilege to be on Sabrang Radio, and especially because you reach so many, and thank you for bringing our voices to everyone. My name is Leela Aheer. I'm formerly a minister in the province of Alberta and the deputy leader of the UCP party formerly. Presently, I'm working in international trade between India, Africa, and Canada at this point, although I think that's going to probably expand because it's been extremely humbling and such an honor. I've been to India 8 times in the last 2.5 years, building bridges and relationships with my other home in India.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, I'm of South Indian descent, so my father is from Andhra Pradesh. And my husband
beautiful place.
It is. It's beautiful. And
that's the place where I celebrated my biggest New Year.
Really?
Yeah, because New Year I was in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Hyderabad.
Yes. In
And
Telangana.
over there I was in because it was very hot weather there.
Yes.
And we met thousands of people on that New Year.
They know how to party over there.
Yes, because it's a good, good weather.
Yes.
Winter you stay inside and it was good weather outside and everyone is outside on the roads and meeting other people. So that's why. But I have a lot of good friends also in Andhra.
In Andhra, yes. Yes, so I have a lot of family out that way, and we have a couple of projects actually that we're working on in India. So it was a really humongous privilege for me as an ex-minister to visit my other country of origin outside of Canada, to be able to talk to various municipalities and ministries and businesses to find out how we could leverage the strength of the Indian communities in the diaspora here in Alberta and Canada. And so through that project and over the years, I had the privilege of meeting Honorable Kazir Coulibaly, who is, I'll let him explain his position in just a minute.
Those friends are watching us on Facebook and we are coming to the main hero of the show.
Yes, the main hero.
He's the main guy, that's why we are here together.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll pass it over to my brother from another mother here.
Yes, thank you.
Africa side of things.
Yes, so
thank you so much for having us. So my name is Kazir Coulibaly, the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire. Some people say, people used to say Ivory Coast, but it's Côte d'Ivoire actually, located in West Africa. So, but I'm also the CEO of NextVia. NextVia is the...
I can do it.
Yeah,
yes.
okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Sorry. NextVia is the business development company, so dedicated to international trade facilitations. So in that case, we do business with overseas companies and countries. And so one of the things that we are doing right now, we are preparing one of the trilateral event between the continent of Africa, America represented by Canada, and Asia represented by India. So definitely we have time to talk more about that. Thank you.
That's wonderful. And I know last time earlier the people used to talk a lot about our different things, climate and this thing, but nowadays everyone is talking about the business trade. Trump, after coming into the power, he put everyone to think about the trade and tariffs and how to survive or how to re-evaluate everything all around the world. So I think that's why we are united today and to talk about that. So yes, so tell us about that initiative. We can go there.
Sure. Why don't you start, Honorary Kazir, and then
Yes.
I'll jump in.
Okay. So, what we do, we are creating one of the high-level international platform called ACIBEX. ACIBEX means Africa, Canada, India Business Exchange. So, ACIBEX is dedicated to businesses and investors. So, it is going to be one of the first and biggest trilateral event, as I said in the beginning. So, but the thing is not a panel, it's not a conference, it's more than that. Why? Because what we do, we try to create an opportunity for businesses from Africa, from India, and from Canada as well to initiate or to start working on the kind of MOU or win-win partnership. So, and to be able to succeed that, to make that possible, what we do, we collect first of all information from the special guests and businesses that are supposed to come here. And then we try to match their needs with also the other businesses here in Canada, so that when they come here, at least after the conference, the panel, the B2B, the expo, they have that opportunity to have kind of to initiate any kind of partnership. So I will let Honorable Hire develop more than me.
So, and the idea came to be, Rajesh Paji, from the fact that we were both working on Honorable Kazir has held several of these conferences with West Africa and other countries from Africa, and they've been really successful. We've had some really interesting learnings from all of those. But then when I was traveling to India, we've known each other for about 5 years now. So as we've been developing this, we thought, there's so many opportunities, not only trilaterally, but Africa and India have several opportunities between them as well too. And we just saw this amazing opportunity. And like Canada, India, and the continent of Africa, which is 54 countries, it's about relationships. It's not necessarily transactional. You need to be in front of people. You need to build relationships and bridges. Businesses nowadays are the new diplomats. We're the ones who are creating opportunities and bridges outside of the political realm. And you had mentioned about Trump. The biggest opportunity that has come as a result of what is happening in the United States is that it's made us look at ourselves differently, and the different opportunities and the diversity that we have, not in only our countries, but the trade opportunities. And as hard as some of those things might be, it pushes us to think differently about how we can connect and how we can bring businesses together. Canada has so much potential, right?
Yeah.
But we're having a hard time leveraging diaspora dollars in this country. So we'd like to help move the needle on that. But further to that, we have so many startups and opportunities here in Canada that would like to leverage outside of that into potentially West Africa or other countries in Africa, and to India as well too. And Africa is really exciting right now because, as you probably know, they've divided themselves up into 5 sections: north, south, east, west, and central. And there's free trade agreements that have been created amongst the countries of Africa in order to move things around, to help with the economies. Something that we're looking to try and fix in Canada, right, are those interprovincial trade barriers. Africa is moving way ahead of that with the 54 countries, right?
Yeah.
Honorable Kazir?
Yes, I would like to just explain something about the part of Africa. Actually, they recently changed. It's 6 parts right now because they added the diaspora as a part of Africa. Because they want to leverage that and knowledge and research to boost the Africa economy. The other things, going back to ACIBEX 2026, we have 3 main sectors. So, and that we are going to work on it. So the oil and mining, that's with the first sector. Agri-food and agriculture, the second one, and the third one, infrastructure, education, and technology. So, why that? Because if you look at India, Canada, and I say Africa, yes, Africa is a continent, but we still working with the second the second largest country in the world are Canada. So Canada is always, we call that like a country continent. This is how we call that. Yeah, yeah, it's so huge. So, and if you look at a common denominator in terms of sector, we have the same thing with India and the same thing with Africa. All different countries in Africa. And why India? If you look at also India like India, we have Indians in Africa. So India is part of Africa, is part of Canada. So India represents the common denominator of these three. Yeah, there's Indian everywhere. So and also India is like the fifth economy in the world, the fifth country economy in the world. And Africa, as you know, so it's in terms of population it's huge, and mostly they're all young, about 60% of that. So there's a lot of things, natural resources in Africa, and manpower in Africa. In Canada we have expertise. In India we have like technology, everything. Why don't come once together to build a better world?
Yeah, that's what I always tell myself. Whatever the way we came into this world, or whatever we are, and when we leave this world, it should be better than what we are having right now. Yes. Because it's a responsibility of every one of us. We should have better people here, better infrastructure, better food and livelihood, so that whatever we can do, we should do that, so that we can make this world better than the before.
Well, the ACIBEX platform that we're putting together is exactly about that. We don't always have the opportunity to chat and talk about the opportunities within business and be able to bring like-minded individuals together. A lot of Canadians travel, with global affairs and other organizations, and, to go and meet with other countries. And we found in our experiences that there's lots of great information, lots of connection, but there's not that piece that takes it to that next level. So like Honorable Kazir was saying, is that we're going to have these, opportunities to learn about each other and all that, but we actually really want these companies to know each other, to be able to leverage their strength. And to Honorable Kazir's point, the diaspora is a whole other piece that we're just not leveraging, I think, to its full capacity. So that means discussing with various banks about how you work with that, Crown corporations, policy directives that are being put in by both federal and provincial governments to attract talent and to attract the dollars here. But as we know in Canada, one of our biggest problems is we can't seem to get our professional designations up fast enough to have people who are, economic immigrants to actually be successful. So how can we help with that? We want to bring all of those right people together so that we can help to move the needle on this. And, Canada has so much talent as well too, that we can also export some of that talent and opportunity and our natural resources and other things to other countries. I mean, as you know, India needs so much LNG, liquid petroleum gas, bitumen, sulfur, potash, all of these. Canada has a certain amount of capacity to get these molecules outside of their, outside of the country to these other countries, but places like Africa right now are really bustling. Like Nigeria, of course, is well developed in their LNG and others, but Mozambique, where is it else we were talking about, Honorable Kazir, and some of the other countries that are really developing their natural resources right now?
Right. Most of them, actually, we have like countries like Senegal, they are working on it, so, and they all try to see what they need to do to bring more investors. And it's more about co-investment for us. Because what we try to do, it's more about co-investment here in Canada, in India, and in Africa. So imagine a country like you can see Canada has been always like the partner of US, about like 80 or more than 80% of the trade with US. But today, the government of Canada, they understood that they need to open what they are doing with other countries. And recently, I was watching the news about like Canada not paying attention to Africa. Okay, but on top of that, what do we do to make it happen? So one of ACIBEX is one of the platforms. They are plenty of platform or activities people are doing across Canada and across the world. I think step by step we'll be able to bring Canada and Africa together. India is already in Africa, and that's a good thing, a good asset. So we need to consolidate that, and we need to emphasize that relationship between Africa and India. The same thing right now, we need to foster the connection between Canada and Africa, and those kind of activities and events. So we definitely need everybody to be part of that.
Yeah. So
That's very good, yes.
we're going to be holding it during Stampede. So it's a fun time in Alberta. It's warm. Everybody's in town, to meet. So we start on the 29th of June and have a couple of days for the exposition and the business exchange, and then spend some days really showing the delegations Alberta and the opportunities that are here, and Canada actually, because we have delegations coming from Montreal, Toronto, BC as well too, right?
BC and Saskatchewan.
Correct.
Also, we have, I'll be talking about the countries from Africa. We have Guinea, Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Nigeria, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and Kenya. So Uganda now. So we are discussing, and as she was mentioning about the moment, because if you look at the event, we start from June 29 until July 5th. So June 29 and June 30, this is where we are going to have panel, conference, B2B, and expo, and also corporate training. And then after that, as you know, Canada Day is the next day, July 1st. So with the delegation, we will leave Calgary to Edmonton, and the next day we had that opportunity to spend time at the legislature for Canada Day. And the next day, which is on July 2nd, we will do July 2nd, July 3rd, the corporate site tour. And then July 4th and July 5th will be tourism part. So if you can see based on that, what we do, the platform will be divided in three main, I would say, part or activities. The first 2 days will be dedicated to all business forum, all of this stuff. And the 2 days after that will be for the site tour, and the last 2 days will be for the tourism.
That's very good. And because in, I think 2010, when I took over radio, Sabrang, and then that time we planned cultures, civic responsibility, bringing cultures together. And we did that event in Koral Stampede Ground.
Yeah.
With, I think, 40 countries we planned.
Yeah.
Maybe 80 countries we planned, but we were able to bring 40 countries over there. And a lot of African countries were there at that time. And slowly then, I disconnected with that part. But now recently, from last few years, my business partner in my Airbnb business, so he's from Nigeria. Earlier he was in Calgary, but now most of the time he's working in Nigeria as a chemical petroleum engineer.
Oh yeah.
But he's taking care of my business from there. Instead of I'm just telling you how the world is happening. And I was having no experience in doing Airbnb, this, that, but he's the one, he approached me, and then I said, okay, let's work together. And so far, it's going very good.
Yeah.
Experience with that.
The opportunities are massive. We just have to think outside the box a little bit, This will be the very first, I believe, conference of its type that is bringing this together. But trilateral means that it will grow. That doesn't mean that other countries are cut out, because you're heading off to different places. We're all heading off to different places to try and share, our wealth of knowledge, to learn from other countries, to build these bridges. Global communities are built by the business people.
That's right. And because of this Trump and tariff, once again, we have changed the things. Everything has changed. And look at our Prime Minister, the way he's speaking, and his people are liking him so much as compared to even in Edmonton. First time I heard yesterday, Liberal Party is ahead of Conservative Party. So this is the power of tariff or power of business and making good decisions. So I think ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੋਸਤ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਵੀ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਐਕਸ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਲੀਲਾ ਅਹੀਰ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਡਿਪਟੀ ਲੀਡਰ ਵੀ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਯੂਸੀਪੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਇਮਾਨਦਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਤੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਠੀਕ ਲੱਗੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗ ਰੂਲਸ ਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਦਾ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੁਣ ਰੀਸੈਂਟਲੀ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਅਫਰੀਕਾ ਤੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤਿੰਨੋਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਾ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ 2 ਦਿਨ ਐਗਜ਼ੀਬਿਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਹੋਏਗਾ 2 ਦਿਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਘੁਮਾਉਣਗੇ ਲੈਜਿਸਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਤੇ 2 ਦਿਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਟੂਰਿੰਗ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੂਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੂਨ ਐਂਡ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੁਲਾਈ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਲੋਕੀ ਉਹ ਕਰ ਸਕਣਗੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ 1 ਜੁਲਾਈ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਡੇ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੈਸੇ ਲੀਲਾ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਅਜੇ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਵੈਸੇ ਸਾਊਥ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ Canadian born ਤੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੀ ਨੇ ਬਟ Caucasian ਹੀ ਨੇ she is not from but yeah so ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ mostly ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਸਾਊਥ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਵੈਸੇ ਬਿਲੋਂਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਪਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਰਾਈਟ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਬਟ ਬਿਫੋਰ ਵੈਨ ਯੂ ਫਸਟ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਪੋਲਿਟਿਕਸ ਐਂਡ ਵੀ ਸੌ ਯੂ ਐਂਡ ਐਵਰੀਵਨ ਵਾਸ ਥਿੰਕਿੰਗ ਮੇਬੀ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਫਰੋਮ Canadian born and Canadian, you know, Caucasian person, not a Indian origin. And your last name is because of your Malkeet Paji.
Punjabi husband, yes.
So that's why ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਨੇ 2 ਬੜੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਆ ਸੋ
ਵੱਡੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ Yeah, 29 and 27 now.
29 and 27 so ਕਾਫੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਪੂਰੇ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵਧੀਆ 뮤직 ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਨੇ ਹੋਰ ਗਏ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਮਾਂ ਪੁੱਤ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ 뮤직 ਵੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਸੋ ਲੀਲਾ ਇਜ਼ ਆਲਸੋ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਿਊਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਦੋਸਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣਾ 뮤직 ਦਾ ਸ਼ੌਂਕ ਵੀ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਤੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਡੈਫੀਨਿਟਲੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੀਸੈਂਟਲੀ ਇੱਕ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਬਾਇਓ ਹੈ which one
right now I started my own company now it's called Slam so Slam is for my whole family so my youngest son Saran Leela Kesh and Malkeet so Slam Industries is now my company I work as a consultant with NextVia and then the Honorary Consul General Kazir Coulibaly he hired me as a strategic
we work together
sorry he brought me in as a partner
as a partner
to work in outreach you know in ethnic outreach and overseas outreach because we're so blessed and then with you we're going to be collaborating with Sabrang Radio as well too because as you know Rajesh ji has so many connections globally so with the 3 of us working together on this and multiple other India, Africa and Canadian opportunities we hope to bring the world closer together for a few days to really you know ACIBEX is about the real deal it's about not just meeting one time, but the follow-up and the required strategic work that goes into making sure that these deals actually come to fruition, and that we create not only relationships but long-term opportunities. So that's what we're excited. We're so excited, Rajesh Paji, to have you endorse and help us out with this, and especially with your background and your connections. We're actually extremely grateful to be here today.
Thank you very much, and we will talk a little bit more about that. I will take a little small break only.
Okay,
and then we will talk more about that.
Okay.
So ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਈਏ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਹੁਤ 2 ਜ਼ਬਰਦਸਤ ਬੰਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਦੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਫੀ ਕੁਝ ਚੇਂਜਸ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟਾ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਲੈਣੇ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਾਪਸ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ बाकी ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ
स्वागत करता है।
So we were speaking. I hope you didn't mind. We kind of broke into a little bit of.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. And this is, you know, culture is the most important. You know, because this is where we have the roots.
We have 3 minutes more. We will finish and then.
We are going to talk again?
Yes, yeah, we have a few more minutes.
We have to say thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and multiculturalism too. I was the first multicultural minister in 25 years in this product. And it's such an important role because it brings us all together. It's part of our constitution. You know?
You want to Bangla?
Yeah.
I saw that, yeah. Seeing people dancing, yeah.
ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸੀਗੇ ਜੀ ਕੁਛ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਬਚਿਆ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਸੁਲਾ ਐਂਡ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਕਾਜ਼ੀ so if you have any other message before I let you go because we have a couple minutes left.
Again, thank you for having us. So the first message that I want to highlight is the culture.
That's okay.
So we have to think as a one heart, one love to make things happen. So let's come together and let's build a better world through ACIBEX 2026. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yes.
I don't know how to follow that. I think that we are all diplomats in this world with the opportunity to spread so much opportunity. The negative things that are out there are only one side of the story. It's up to us now to flip that on its head and look at the opportunities that all of us have to provide to each other to bring us all closer together for prosperity for everyone.
That's awesome. Very good message. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵੀ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮਾੜੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੇ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਬਟ ਆਪਾਂ ਚੰਗੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੋ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਤੇ ਕਲਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਜੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਥਰੂ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਮੇਲਾ ਕਲਚਰ ਫੈਸਟ ਬਾਲੀਵੁੱਡ ਨਾਈਟ so many events we do and we promote and Canada India. Yes,
I did something that I wasn't supposed to do that. J'ai dit merci à tout le monde parce qu'il faut que je valorise aussi la langue française. Allez, merci et puis allez, ça sera un événement bilingue, je précise, purement bilingue. Ça ne sera pas seulement qu'anglophone. Allez, merci encore.
And thank you so much to Sabrang Radio, to 94.7 for having us on for this beautiful opportunity. And I'm so grateful to our Indian community for their love and support in everything that we're doing.
Thank you very much to both of you for coming and sharing about an excellent event and about yourself. So ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਮਾਪਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ so thank you very much. ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਜੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਮਾਪਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ thank you very much. Good night and Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Yay!
But you didn't press.
I did everything from last 15 years. I'm doing it.
Okay, because I saw you pressing this one.